Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am indeed wearing a Christmas jumper. It is indeed, by the time of editing and putting this up, the middle of January probably, because I need to get my shit together basically. I thought because of the nature of this video, screw the whole 12 days of Christmas, I'm just gonna wear my Christmas jumper because it's gonna go and be retired very imminently, straight after this video in fact, for another year. So we get as much wear as we can right now. So anyways, I hope you all did have a good Christmas and New Year break. It's my favorite time of the year because everybody's off, everybody's with their families. It's really nice and festive and I just love that sort of atmosphere. And then of course you get presents, which isn't the biggest part of it, but for luxury lovers out there in particular, I'm sure you guys are as interested as I am in what other people got as well. So I have a list. I think there's about 7 items, so to speak. One of them's not really an item, but I'm gonna get through them as quickly as possible. And I've got them in like categories as well. So we're gonna start off with technology, and these were actually bought by me. In fact, the majority of these presents were bought by me. So I'm the type of person that's a giver rather than a receiver. That's where I get most of my joy. Don't make that an innuendo, please. So there's only 2 things in this technology category, but both what I wanna say kind of big investment pieces actually, and the first one being my beloved iPhone 11 Pro Max. Honestly, these names get longer and longer, and the next one's gonna be like the Pro Max 1295A6. I wanna show its beauty because it's usually covered all the time because I'm a klutz, but look at this back. I mean, it's glass, but the side chrome detailing, bezel-less screen, beautiful. And this is in the 256GB version. I got the biggest almost, I think. No, actually, I think is that the biggest or the 512? Either that or the 512 is the biggest, but the smallest you can go to is 64, so I don't feel like I was gonna get much use out of that given my last phone, which it replaced, finally, of like 3 or 4 years, was the iPhone 7 XL. I'm not really sure of their naming conventions. But yeah, so this phone has been much needed for a long time. The reason why I hadn't pulled the trigger on getting a new iPhone upgrade earlier is because 1, they're really, really expensive, and 2, my iPhone 7 Plus or XL was working totally fine up until a couple of months ago when I smashed it and a crack emerged on the top of the screen, which I did get fixed once. Didn't get it repaired officially via Apple, which I now recommend you always do. You definitely should go to Apple because it will void your warranty or any resale. Yeah, I got it done at one of those eye smash places, and yeah, it was cheap, but you get what you pay for, and the resolution was a little bit off, and I thought, you know what, it's got another crack in it, let me just buy this phone. But the biggest reason that I actually got this phone is because I had a work trip to San Francisco, and obviously with Apple being designed in California and based out of California, I actually worked out that it would be a lot cheaper for me to get it in San Francisco than it would be for me to get it in the UK, even at Heathrow, which if you guys have been watching for a long time, you know is my favorite place to buy stuff ever. So as soon as I landed in San Francisco, I mean, I'd obviously made my comparisons at Heathrow, online on the Apple store in San Francisco. Even with the tax included, it was still, I think, £300 cheaper than in the UK. So I think at a guesstimate, after conversions, I think this phone, the 256GB phone, Pro Max, was about £1,000 or just over £1,000, including sales tax, which is amazing because the UK version is about 1,300. No way am I paying that much for a phone. I mean, already £1,000 for a phone is insane. I remember when I got the first iPhone, I think the 4 or the 5, and that was like £400 or £500 back then, and that was a lot. Now it's threefold, can you believe it? So it's already insanely priced, so I was very, very pleased to get this at such a discounted rate. So your girl went and got her mum an iPhone as well. So she's got a rose gold one, I've got this one, and they are all pimped out with these Ideal of Sweden phone cases, and I even have this funky wireless charger as well that they kindly gave me, as well as this like, I don't know what to call it, like a pop socket, but it's magnetic, which is such a game changer. So yeah, no phone droppages for me. So hopefully this will last me a few years. I'm not the type of person that goes and replaces phones every year. As long as it does the job, it does the job. But now that this one's waterproof, it has 3 camera lenses, you know, it's not cracked, it has tons of memory. I'm very happy with this, so fingers crossed, no issues with this one. And I also bought Apple Care, so we should be good. And the second item, I guess the last item in the technology category that I bought for myself, are these special pair of Bose 700 noise cancelling headphones. Oh my god, I love Bose headphones. I had the Bose SoundLinks in the white and beige colorway for 2 years. I still have them. They're a little bit worse for wear, if I put it nicely. I wear them for everything: conference calls, taking a FaceTime call, going to the gym, going for a run, being in bed. Probably not hygienic, but I get my wear out of them, and I've loved how noise cancelling they were. They're not even the most sophisticated ones back then when I bought them on the market, but I thought it was also time for an upgrade. They look pretty manky, to be honest. But at the time, I remember I saw these maybe half a year ago, and those were, I think, only available in like black, maybe silver. And I'm not really a fan of the blacks because everybody and their mothers have them, which is no tea, no shade. But I'm going with a more marbly sort of colour scheme, as you may have noticed already with some of my other gadgetries. As soon as I saw these at the airport, they just said that they had arrived literally maybe like a week ago, and I was like, sold. So I bought these for around, I think it was £300. At the time it was retailing for, I think, £330. Now I think it's actually reduced to £300, so it's essentially the same. If I find it more discounted, I'll be very, very peeved. But I did get, obviously, Heathrow points with them, so, you know, tit for tat. I bought these actually in the Dixon's Travel, in case you're interested. So Currys, PC Worlds, if you're out and about in the UK, will definitely have them. I believe places like Selfridges will also have them, if you're looking for this particular colourway anyway, because these are limited edition. You know, I'm no MKBHD or any other tech reviewer like that, but I will say that if you're investing in a good pair of headphones, these obviously at £300, they're not very approachable for a lot of people, but I love music, I live and breathe music, so these were very important for me to invest in. I wanted also noise cancelling because I go on the tube a lot and I work in noisy environments, and I just like to shut everybody out, and these have definitely done the trick. I love that you can customize the noise cancelling effect, because sometimes I take them off and I'm like, oh my god, this is what the real world sounds like. It's a bit weird. But on airplanes, these were a godsend. I had the best sleep ever. My ears didn't pop. Honestly, since I've been using these, I don't know what life is like without them. One time I forgot to bring them to work, and honestly I thought I was going to cry because I could hear everybody. I will say though, a couple of cons that I've noticed from a couple of months of using them. One, it is a little bit loose around the head, so while it does do its job, you know, sealing everything in, it does shake quite easily. You know, I don't have the biggest ears in the world, I might have a big head, but they do sometimes move around, and so when I do wear them to the gym, even though these are definitely not designed for that, they do fall off, even if I'm not doing anything rigorous, you know. And also sometimes when I receive calls, when I used to have the SoundLinks, they used to just answer the call automatically, and it'd be great because I'd be cooking or I'd be on the move or on a run or something, and I could just pick up the phone. Nowadays with these ones, although I can make the call no problems, if I answer a call, sometimes it just disconnects from it and it just answers on the phone, which is kind of annoying because that's what I bought these for. So I actually got these switched out for another pair, thinking that these were faulty. So I'm yet to try and receive a call from somebody. So, you know, when that happens, let's hope that it's fixed. But there you go. Those are my Bose headphones. I think they're worth the money. I can't live my life without them, but are they a necessary purchase? Probably not, but there you go. That's what I got for Christmas for myself. Okay, now we are on to fashion, and there are a few bits that I also bought myself, but then there's a few bits that my mom got me. And I'm gonna start with the only real clothing item that I have that I got for Christmas. And it is this beautiful 2-piece velvet suit by Hebe Studio. It is a brand that is stocked on Louisa Via Roma, which I'm sure is a luxury retailer that a lot of you will have already heard about. A lot of YouTubers go on about them, and for good reason, because they are excellent value for money. They give lots of discounts, and the loyalty scheme is brilliant. And I'm already a gold member because I've spent so much money with them. So their marketing is working, and their items are really good. They have a really good selection. But this suit is one that I actually managed to nab on a random discount code, actually 2 different discount codes actually, before Christmas. And I wanted this to be the Christmas suit that I wore for Christmas Day, which I did end up doing. I shall insert picture here. And it really looked so festive, so Christmassy. I absolutely loved it, and it was just something different to wear, you know, to a normal dress or, you know, a jumper. So this suit, I actually, if we're talking numbers, the top jacket I bought for about 30% off retail. So I think that ended up being £300. And then the bottoms didn't fit a couple of times actually. And by the time I was about to return one of them, there was a 40% coupon code. So I got the trousers for 40% off, which I was like, result. And those are, I think, around £170 or £180. So overall, I got the suit together for about just under £500, maybe £450, where the retail was about £750, almost £800. So a huge saving. It's the first luxury 2-piece suit that I've owned ever. I don't intend to own many of these, but I think investing in one of them, which is such an amazing fit, is really, really good. I will say though, although the quality is largely good, a couple of things to mention if you are thinking of buying a Hebe Pseudo suit. The first one being the sizing is a little bit strange. So obviously I mentioned I had to do a couple of returns for the bottoms. Now, I don't think I'm a particularly weird shape. The top was a size 34, which is I think a UK size 4, which is insane. I honestly thought that was wrong. Or maybe that was a size 6. But I got it and it fitted perfectly fine, even around the shoulders, which I even struggled in with my Balmain blazers, actually. I was in between sizes then, in the 6 to 8. But then the trousers I bought also in the same size. I think it was actually ended up being, size 6 for both of them. And they were so tight, I couldn't get it off my calf. And I was thinking, did I do too much gym? Have I been doing too much leg day? But no, it was just bizarre sizing because it was like a pancake ass as well. I don't know who can get their legs into it. And so I returned it for, I guess, the 8. And that, although fit up the leg, did not fit in my arse, which I kind of need to fit. And then by the time I returned that for the final time, then it reduced to 40% off with a coupon code. So I decided to return that, buy a new one, and they both obviously came in time then for Christmas. So all of that rambling aside, please do check your sizing. You may have to just, if you want it in time for an event, I would order a couple of sizes if you're okay about cash flow things. But yeah, that was a little bit of an ordeal because I had to keep going to was it like a DHL center, which was so out of the way for me. And yeah, just one to be aware of. But Louise Via Roma is great for returns and everything like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about making sure you get your items on time. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention in terms of like a con maybe, or something to be aware of, is that although the overall quality has been quite good and luxurious, I did actually have to resew one of these buttons on the side. I had an incident actually on Christmas Day, which while overall went really well, got lots of compliments on my outfit, one of the buttons popped open, and oh my god, I cannot explain to you how mortified I was, because it was the top one. I thought it was my boobs that made it pop out. No, it was just poorly sewn on. And thankfully I had safety pins in my wallet. I always have safety pins, ladies. Always bring them. You never know when you'll need them. I've had a couple of incidents, very close incidents, where it could have been disastrous. And yeah, I had to safety pin everything back on. So that was an ordeal. So yeah, for a retailing price of £700 for a suit, that's not the type of quality that you'd expect. But that aside, it was an easy fix. It's not like the sleeves came off or anything. So overall, I'm very happy with it. I love this suit. Anyway, now moving on to the final item that I bought out of the fashion category. We're not done just yet, but perhaps the most exciting one. is my beloved Chanel Coco handle in medium in the chevron beige. And I bought this actually also in Heathrow, of course, Terminal 5, in the Chanel boutique, and I bought it for a great price. It was originally $3,150. I bought it around $2,650, something like that, which is amazing for the size, for how much it can fit, the quality, etc. I've been using it non-stop for the last couple of months that I've had it. It's got its own dedicated video, so look out for that video if you want more details on it. So I lied, there was another item in this fashion category that I did buy for myself, but it is this pair of Jimmy Choo's, the Emily glittered sandals, I believe, in this beautiful champagne colour with so much glittery, sparkly goodness. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. And I primarily got these for New Year's Eve to wear with a matching glittery outfit, but I also managed to get some wear out of it on Christmas Day because they did arrive, I think, on the 23rd or something. So we're bucketing that into Christmas. We're rolling that into what I got for Christmas anyway. And these I bought also from Louisa Via Roma in a separate order. I got these on a major discount as well, 40% off. So I ended up getting these for a steal at £297, which is crazy because I think they were like $550 or something retail. And these were actually the last pair available in my size. It was fate, whatever you want to call it. I just had to get them, couldn't pass up such a good deal. I do have another pair of Jimmy Choo's. I have a nude pair of Jimmy Choo's, the Sophia shoes. So comfortable though, so I trusted in Jimmy Choo and I bought these. I mean, these are a 10 centimeter heel, whereas the other one was an 8.5. These are a little bit killer on your foot, not gonna lie. But they are a thing of beauty. Look at this beautiful stiletto here. When you wear them, you look like you mean business, basically. And I just love how the foot looks wrapped in this beautiful glittery strap, and everything about it is so sexy, and I just think it was such good value for money when I got them. And these were the perfect pair of festive shoes for the season. And now we're going to go on to the remaining fashion purchases that were not made by me, but made by my family, aka my mum, because she's the only one that really knows fashion stuff. It is in this Gucci box. Here we go. It is this Gucci reversible monogram scarf in this sort of mauvey pink and the reversible grey as well. Oh, it's like a blanket, essentially, which I love. It's 100% wool. In real life, I'm always cold. I guess my mum just thought, if she won't wear more clothes and she's still complaining about being cold, let's just get her a scarf. And honestly, it's not a colour that I would usually go for. I mean, it's pink, it's bright pink. I do, obviously, if you see my Instagram feed right now, it's mainly pink, which was not by design. It's just everything that I've taken photos of is pink. Yeah, I'm glad it's alternated with grey, because then I could just, depending on my mood, it's like having almost two scarves in one, which is pretty great. So my mum, I believe, also got this for me when she was travelling through Heathrow. Are we surprised at all? Not me. And I believe she got it for £170, which is so cheap considering the brand, considering the size of it, quality, etc. Obviously cheap in inverted commas because it's a scarf at the end of the day, but for a luxury fashion house, I think it's pretty good. Then the next item that she bought me is this Dior by Dior perfume in the 150 milliliter version, which I didn't actually know that they made, because obviously you can only bring in 100 mils on traveling. So I don't know if I'll be able to bring this with me everywhere, for fear that I might leave it in my carry-on and then I'll have to chuck it, because I think this is quite expensive. I want to say this is probably like £150 equivalent, if not more. This is a beautiful scent. I've always smelt it growing up, actually. It was a very mature, elegant scent. This is one that I've not actually had in my collection to date, so I'm really glad to add it into my burgeoning perfume collection. My mum's a Dior fanatic. Maybe this is her way of trying to get me in. We'll see. Those were the fashion items. And then just for one miscellaneous shout out to round up this video, I just wanted to shout out to my family, to my dad, for taking us to the Holborn dining rooms for Christmas Day. So last year I was in bed with the flu. It was awful. I was there for Christmas and over New Year's Eve, actually, so it was a really crap time of year for me. But 2019, you know, we were going in strong, and I had a makeup for 2018, so yeah, home and dining rooms was a really cool experience. We got to dress up for the first time ever, actually. I'm usually a slob on Christmas. Not that you need to, but I, you know, especially since I was ill the last year, it was nice to have something to look forward to and have someone cook for you and no washing up to do and have people pander to you. It's kind of nice. So that's where I wore my beautiful Hebe Studio suit, the Gucci scarf, and I also wore those Jimmy Choo sandals, so it was a whole look. So that is just a shout out item that is intangible but very sentimental to me. So there you go, that's what I got for Christmas. It's not everything that I got for Christmas. I did get things from, you know, friends and other family and work as well, but given that this is a luxury channel, I thought let's just keep it very niche. Now I'm going to tidy up this bomb site that has emerged on my bed, and yeah, I'm gonna think of some more content also to create. So if you have any other ideas or you want to see more of the things that I already talked about, let me know. But that's me done, and I will see you in the next video.